Earlier this year, I made a video called April Fools in Video Games, in which I talk about how games and developers celebrated that day. So I thought, why limit myself to just one festivity? There's so much more I can talk about. New Year in Animal Crossing, Yakuza games taking place during Christmas most of the time, or games that celebrate your own birthday. And fuck it! Why stop at video games? I can talk about Hanukkah in movies that will finally give me an excuse to talk about Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights. But we'll get there when we cross the bridge. For now, let's just focus about Halloween in video games.
I mean, who doesn't love this day? Great weather, fun decorations, and tons of cool costumes. This festivity is so well known and is so popular that even video games love to throw references to that day all the time, from characters, costumes, levels, or sometimes the actual celebration itself. So let's look at some of the most fun and interesting examples I could find.
This place sure feels haunted. There's no time to lose. I have to hurry and find the Master Emerald.
Sonic loves Halloween stuff. He's basically the main reason as to why this video exists. And that is because of Pumpkin Hill. This level is so iconic among Sonic fans. Pumpkin Hill is fantastic for many reasons. Its unique atmosphere, the level itself being so damn fun to explore, having a ton of memorable landmarks. But of course, the cherry on top is the music. The Knuckles raps in SA2 will always have a special place in the hearts of Sonic fans. But Pumpkin Hill's rap is on an entirely different level. It greatly enhances the experience. This level is so beloved by many that even Sega is aware of its reputation. Every year during October, they love to remind us about how cool this level is on social media, and have even thrown references at it in the Archie comics. While it is not a full-on Halloween reference, the inspiration is clearly there, and the reputation is undeniable. But Pumpkin Hill isn't the only Halloween reference in Sonic Adventure 2. In the original Dreamcast release of the game, you could download Halloween costumes for all 6 playable characters. Sonic, Tails and Eggman get Jack-o'-lantern costumes and recolors. Shadow and Knuckles get skeleton painting, and Rouge gets a witch costume that...
Nope. What was I talking about again?
Sonic Adventure 1 also had Halloween DLC. Yes, all the way back to 1999. You could download an event called Tremble Park that will put happy Halloween posters all around Station Square. And the level Twinkle Park will be slightly altered to feature some inoffensive pumpkins in witch costumes and Halloween graffiti all over the place. When you look at it, this event is extremely simple and basic, but take in mind, this was in 1999, so there was some charm in being able to alter a level after its release through downloadable content.
How is that? Perfect? Like me?
Here's another interesting bit from another Sega property. Nights. In the PS2 and HD remasters of Nights into Dreams, there was supposed to be a Halloween-themed level. Same way there was a Christmas level in the Night Sampler disc. This Halloween level unfortunately went unfinished, but there are still some remnants in the game's files, like a Halloween Nights model, Halloween Nightopian models, and Halloween music. One of the most common requests that I got for this video was Kingdom Hearts, and I think you know where this is going. Halloween Town, and I mean, what else can I say? The name speaks for itself. This is a level based on the classic The Nightmare Before Christmas.
I remember hating that movie as a kid. Oh well.
But in all fairness, this level is pretty cool, and hey, if anything, it has all the things I actually enjoy from the movie. The setting and atmosphere are incredible. Halloween Town has a twisted, gothic and creepy appearance that makes it stand out from all the other worlds. I especially remember this level because, aside from Atlantica, which sucks, Halloween Town is the other world from the first Kingdom Hearts game in which Sora, Donald and Goofy change their appearances, and I just love this outfit so much. Sora looks like a vampire, Donald becomes a mummy, and Goofy a Frankenstein monster. And in true Kingdom Hearts fashion, there is just so much charm in exploring these areas from Disney movies. You can fight alongside Jack Skellington and even fight its villains such as Oogie Boogie and the little kids that I always hated. And in the sequel, Kingdom Hearts 2, Halloween Town becomes even more iconic as you also gain access to Christmas Town. But we'll get there if I ever make a Christmas in video games video. And hey, speaking of the Nightmare Before Christmas, there is also a video game based on the movie that is called Oogie's Revenge. I personally haven't played it myself, but I heard good things about it. Apparently, this is one of those great licensed video games. Probably, huge emphasis on probably, on the same level as licensed games like SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom or The Simpsons Hit and Run. Looking at gameplay footage, it reminds me so much to Devil May Cry with the combat system, a rating system, fixed camera angles, awkward platforming, and even the game being divided in chapters. And I mean, come on, this is straight up taken from Devil May Cry 3. Even so, it's clear that this game was done with a ton of love for the source material, in how the boss battles are musicals, in the aesthetics, and the attention to detail in the characters, and that's something that deserves praise. And since I just mentioned The Simpsons Hit and Run, how about we talk about this masterpiece? God, this game is so good! You have to play it if you enjoy The Simpsons. In this game, there is a very charming secret. If your console or PC's internal clock is set to a specific date, the game's main menu will change depending on the holiday you're on. If it's December 25, you'll get Homer dressed as Santa Claus and a Christmas tree. If it's Thanksgiving, Homer will wear a pilgrim's hat while sitting next to a cornucopia. But if it's October 31st, then the entire room will be decorated with jack-o'-lanterns. But if you think this secret is kinda lame, there's something even better. This game's final level takes place during Halloween, and it is so damn cool! Sure, the map may be the same as levels 1 and 4, but it has some great changes. You have your standard Halloween decorations and spooky atmosphere as you will expect, but many NPCs have been replaced with zombies. All the generic cards become things such as coffin cards, ghost ships, and witches riding their brooms. You have spaceships crashing in different places of Springfield. And if you pay attention, there are so many little references to the classic Treehouse of Horror specials, such as Homer wearing different costumes from said episodes. And the music is so damn good! This final level was simply the cherry on top of an already fantastic game. I'm damn serious, it's so good and I can't recommend it enough. In a similar fashion, the game The Simpsons Road Rage has secret characters you can unlock if you set the console's internal clock to a specific date. There's New York Krusty, Thanksgiving Marsh, Christmas Apu, and of course, Halloween gives you Halloween Bart, sporting a Frankenstein's monster costume.
Sweet. And the ninja babysitters? Was that real or a hot dog dream?
Hot dog dream.
Bully. This is one of those games so good it makes you wonder. Why did they never make a sequel for it? It has a cool story, fun characters, great gameplay, and tons of fantastic moments. One of those moments is no doubt the Halloween section of the game. 2 missions in which the entire atmosphere of Bulworth's Academy changes to be more festive. Almost every single student is wearing an outfit or a mask. You can smash pumpkins, kick gravestones, and play a lot of pranks on other students. My personal favorite is where you tag someone else with a kick me sign, and you see all other students joining on the fun. This entire section culminates with a prank where you make one of the teachers stomp on literal dog shit. It's a very short but nonetheless memorable event that stays with anyone who played this wonderful game. Insomniac Spider-Man also had some fun with this festivity. There is a mission in which Peter Parker must infiltrate a college Halloween party to find a scientist. And in order to blend in with the crowd, he just walks in while wearing his own spider suit, and it is so cool because you have a bunch of college students who also dress as Spider-Man, just having fun and praising how amazing your suit is. But you also have Spider-Man villains such as Mysterio, Vulture, and Rhino acting like assholes against you, and they constantly obstruct your way or make you waste your time. It is a very short section unfortunately, cause right after a few minutes you're quickly thrown again into the main conflict, and then the Halloween party gets cancelled due to the chaos that happened. But I still think this entire section had enough charm to deserve a mention on this video. Oh, come on! I just couldn't make a Halloween video without talking about Mad Monster Mansion from Banjo-Kazooie. This level isn't explicitly stated to be about Halloween, but I mean, come on! The inspiration is there, it's right in your face. This level is so damn cool! Just like any level in Banjo-Kazooie, the atmosphere and the music are simply unmatched. Mad Monster Mansion has a unique vibe that no other level in the series ever replicated. And it also helps that there are so many memorable collectibles to get and many fun activities to do. From climbing to the top of a church, enter the same church where everything is way bigger and you can play the organ against a ghost hand. You can throw eggs at some pots that tell you to fuck off. You can get flushed by a toilet, and you can even surf on a Ouija board to spell Banjo-Kazooie.
Disclaimer, I recently learned that the proper pronunciation of the word in English is Ouija board. But I'm sticking to the Spanish pronunciation Ouija board because it sounds cooler.
And in order to explore every nook and cranny of the titular mansion, you have to get very creative with the pumpkin banjo transformation. Mad Monster Mansion is simply a marvel of a level. Yeah, I know I can say the same about the rest of Banjo-Kazooie, but my statement still stands. Here's another predictable choice that had to be on this video. Animal Crossing is no stranger to getting festive, especially when it comes to Halloween. Unless you play Wild World, in which the event is excluded for some reason. But nonetheless, Halloween is always a date to look forward to in Animal Crossing. Not only do you get your villagers to dress up in costumes, there's also some fun activities to do and exclusive items to get. The general idea is that throughout the month of October, players can get candy at the shop. And when Halloween arrives, you need to find this character named Jack and give him candy in exchange of exclusive items. But since your villagers are also dressed as jack-o'-lanterns, finding Jack can prove to be a challenge. Depending on the game, villagers will chase you, and if caught, they'll demand you to give them candy. If you don't give them anything, they'll instead transform many of your items into a pumpkin. In New Leaf, however, you can scare the villagers with different masks and they'll reward you with lollipops that give you even rarer items from Jack. And in New Horizons... Actually, I don't know, I dropped the game because it was a huge disappointment for me.
You're stupid!
But that doesn't take away from the fact that Halloween is an event worth celebrating even in Animal Crossing. Batman Arkham Knight is a game that takes place during a very long Halloween night. But if you have your clock set to October 31st, you'll get an interesting Easter egg. There is a mission in the game in which you end up capturing the Man-Bat, and you can even visit him on his prison cell whenever you want. But if you play Arkham Knight on a Halloween day after completing said mission, you'll be greeted with this. Yeah, it's no secret that the Arkham games love to throw jump scares at you all the time. But what is so interesting about this one is that you can return to the Man-Bat's prison cell to find out what happened.
Happy Halloween, huh?
Similar to previous games I already talked about, Cave Story Plus delivers a surprise for those who play the game between October 26th and November 2nd, in which you'll have all characters, enemies included, dress up in costumes. You can have Quote as a zombie, a scientist as a Frankenstein's bride. Multiple enemies can be mummies, ghosts, skeletons, a Ninja Turtle, and a literal Metroid! Even the Mimigas join in the fun by dressing as nurses, jack-o'-lanterns, and even Darth Vader. Why will this Mimiga dress as Santa Claus during Halloween though? Is he stupid? But without a doubt, the best Halloween sprites in this game are Samus Curly and Morrigan Misery. These costumes do not affect the gameplay at all, but it is so cool that the developers care enough to change every single sprite in the game. That's some insane dedication. Normally, I hate to give the spotlight to Overwatch, but this is something that happened when I still like the game and still consider it fun. The Halloween Terror event. This was honestly magical for me because it put me in a Halloween mood. It felt like a proper festivity. Seeing some maps get redecorated with Halloween stuff was awesome, and that's not even mentioning the amount of cosmetics you could get for your heroes, from costumes, victory poses, emotes, play of the game animations, and so much more. There was also this really cool PvE mode you could play with your friends that was so much fun. But of course, the highlight of this event is that it gave us the Witch Mercy costume, and with that, it gave us one of the most infamous gaming copypastas you'll ever see in your life. There's this part of me that wants to read this out loud for you all, but just for my own sanity and reputation, I'll just say what I always say.
If you know, you know.
But anyway, Overwatch sucks, so let's go to an actual fun online game. Team Fortress 2 is my favorite video game of all time that I still haven't played.
I grew up with Gmod parodies, does that count?
This game has its own event called Scream Fortress. In a similar fashion, once October begins, this game enables all sorts of Halloween cosmetics that can only be worn during the Scream Fortress event. You have plenty of maps getting a Halloween makeover. Some maps feature boss fights, while others feature minigames. You can use spells during combat, and of course, the game adds a few Halloween-themed accessories for your characters. Again, it's not too different from what I just mentioned in Overwatch's Halloween event. The only real difference here is that the Scream Fortress event was not responsible for something as cursed and relatable like the Witch Mercy copypasta.
If you know, you know.
Besides online shooters, gacha games also love to milk the celebration by making you spend money on Halloween stuff. There's many examples I could talk about, but quite frankly, I'm just sticking to what I know best. Fire Emblem Heroes. For the past few years, Halloween banners are fun events that are always great to look forward to. There's so much appeal in seeing the characters come up with very unique costumes. There's a lot I could talk about, but just to save some time, I'll just mention my favorite character arts. Halloween Hector. One of my favorite characters of all time dressed as a sorcerer while carrying his daughter who has an adorable costume? Yes, this is so damn good, I love this so much! Halloween Larachel and Halloween Dosla. They're so cool! Larachel is dressed like a mad scientist while Dosla is a Frankenstein monster. Not only are their costumes and art really good, but this fits their personalities and their relationships so well. It's amazing because they were drawn by different artists, but they complement each other, it's incredible! Zane is also worth a mention because his Chester costume is literally his entire personality, and they gave him a gimmick that reflects his role in the Arcanea games. I do also enjoy the Robins being dressed like wolves. I just find the outfits very cool. Naga is pretty cute too, I like the combination of ghosts and mummies. It's very simple, but creative nonetheless. Duma is also worth a mention because it is funny to see the brutal God of War give candy to kids and make others happy. Timera also gets a mention because, oh my god, this art is so crazy good! Even if I feel her costume is kinda lazy, the art and the colors more than make up for it. Vargas is great because I don't think any other character has replicated his own costume, and his art was done by Soeda Ippei, and you know I'm a massive fan of this guy's work. I also really like Halloween Kellam for the same reasons as Dorcas. The art is extremely good and no other character in this game has ever been dressed as a pumpkin, despite being such an obvious choice, and Kellam really rocks that look. Just like all seasonal banners in Fire Emblem Heroes, this is nothing more than pure fanservice. But it's still great fanservice nonetheless. Now, normally in these videos I will make mention of fan games or hacks, but this one needs to have the spotlight. The Toby Fox Earthbound Halloween hack. This is one of those mods where the word Halloween translates to blood, swears, and edginess. It is definitely a product from the 2000s, seeing how it constantly tries to be dark, and the characters have no qualms with saying slurs. There's so major things to take from this. As I said, this hack was made by Toby Fox, the guy that will eventually end up creating Undertale, and I think you know the rest of the story. But what is so interesting here is that the final battle of this hack is against Dr. Endonuts, and right after he calls you the F-slur, a certain song starts to play. Yes, Megalovania. the Megalovania starts to play for the first time ever. This song has a multitude of covers and remixes, has gathered over millions of reproductions online, and has even achieved a meme status of sorts, so it is interesting to see its origins in this game. Again, right after Dr. Randonauts calls you a slur. Nowadays, Toby Fox looks back at this as a bad ROM hack with swears, but I think it is inspiring in some way. Toby Fox went from this ROM hack to a widely successful game to eventually meet the Smash Bros. Creator, beat him in his own game, and put his own character as a skin in Smash Ultimate. And that's honestly pretty cool. If he can do it, then why can't we, you know? And to finish this video, I want to bring up some nostalgia. The 2000s were a magical time for anyone who watched TV. For me, one of the most exciting things were the holidays because most cartoons will make their own Christmas episodes, Valentine's episodes, and of course, Halloween episodes. If there's one I remember being very fond of, was the Billy and Mandy Jacked Up Halloween special. Not only because it was an extremely fun and memorable episode, but because if you went to the Cartoon Network website, you could play a Flash game based on that special. Just like any Flash game from that era, it was super basic, easy and short. But that didn't take away how much fun it was. I would play this a lot with friends or at the houses of family members who didn't have consoles, but had a computer with internet. This is just one of those little games that always hyped me up for Halloween. It was an era in which festivities felt much more magical.
Now tell me, which Halloween event in video games is your favorite? Do you think there is one I missed? I mean, of course there is. I actually got many more contributions for this video, but I didn't mention them because 1. I got lazy, 2. I wanted to get this video out in time, and 3. Because I can always save them for a potential sequel next year. But we will have to see about that. Still, make sure to share all of them in the comments, and once you do that, thank you so much for your time. I really hope you enjoyed the video. And if you want to support the channel, you know, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, Patreon, anything, whatever you do will help me a lot to grow, and I will be super thankful for that. Have a wonderful day, happy Halloween if you celebrate it, and take care! I'll see you next time!